What is up, enthusiasts? It is Cedar Flags here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. I haven't done a personal list in a very long time, so today I'm going to talk about the parks I have been to and rank all of them from worst to best. I have been to 16 permanent parks over the years, and let me just say, I felt that 5 of these did not fit on the list, so I will be talking about the 5 now. The first park I'm not going to rank on the list is Jungle Jack's Landing at the Columbus Zoo, and this is just because I have not been there in 9 years, and second off, I didn't even ride that much. Second off is Pavilion Park at Broadway on the Beach. I really don't even count this as an amusement park, even though it is on the roller coaster database, and it has a permanent coaster with an SPF spinner, and I haven't even ridden that. I have ridden a few awesome flat rides at this park, and let me just say, this park might have one of the best flat ride collections on Earth, but I don't think that it's worthy of being on the list. Now, the final few parks I want to talk about that didn't make the list are the 3 Disney parks I've been to. That include Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios, all in Orlando, Florida. And let me just say, it is a little weird, but I don't think that these 3 parks are worthy of being compared to some of the other parks on this list. Now, when I go to a Disney park, I have a great time, but being at a Disney park feels way different than being at a normal amusement park. I wouldn't say it's necessarily worse, but at the same time, it's much different. Being at a Disney park is so much different from being at, let's say, a Cedar Fair or Six Flags park. It's a full-on experience, and they want it that way. Dead last, at the number 11 spot, we have Conneaut Lake Park in Conneaut Lake, Pennsylvania. Now, there is a reason that this park has filed for bankruptcy. The park has been struggling over the past few years, and you could definitely tell when you're walking through the midway. This is a very, very rundown park where most of the rides and most of the stalls you could easily tell have seen better days, including their premier coaster Blue Streak, which is extremely rough and possibly one of the roughest, if not the roughest coaster I have ever ridden. But for a very brief amount of time. With COVID-19, they filed for bankruptcy, and who knows how long this park is going to last. But as much as I dislike this park, I say go up there one more time or go up there once just to experience it before it's gone forever. At the number 10 spot, we have Family Kingdom in Myrtle Beach, right on the ocean, and let me just say, I do love the boardwalk charm of this park. It is one of the best kept boardwalk parks in the United States, in my personal opinion. Their premier coaster is, of course, Swamp Fox, an old PTC wooden coaster that has buzz bars and very loose seatbelts, so you get some insane floater airtime. They have other supporting rides like a drop tower, a wild mouse, and many others. This has a lot of variety, and is definitely there for all ages. At the number 9 spot, we have a park that I definitely consider pretty close to Family Kingdom. It is Waldameer in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is a pretty nice park. It is family owned, it has a very nice water park, and has a very nice collection of rides for the money that they have. Of course, Ravine Flyer 2 is their flagship attraction, but they also have a nice Mauer spinning coaster and a few other rides. It is also rumored that a new coaster is coming here soon, so maybe it will go up in the rankings. It has a beautiful setting right on Presque Isle, and let me just say, this is one of my favorite parks when it comes to the environment of the park. Coming in at the number 8 spot is Kentucky Kingdom in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, there are 2 things I absolutely adore about this park. First of all, it is the obvious 1-2 punch with Storm Chaser and Lightning Run, 2 absolutely elite roller coasters. And then you have the staff at this park. This staff is some of the best staff I've ever seen at a park I have been to. Probably the best staff out of any park I've been to. I absolutely adore them, and they know how to satisfy the customer. I did not get stapled once on any of the rides, and they know what they're doing. At the number 7 spot, we have Kennywood in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Now, while the number 8 spot has a better top 2, this park has a better environment. I absolutely adore the environment at Kennywood. When you're tired of going to those traditional chain parks that just feel like traditional amusement parks, this park has a completely different feel. It feels like you are back in the early 1900s, and there's so many trees, so much shrubbery, and a lot of space in the shade. This park is the modern trolley park, and it has so many family rides from all times and periods for all ages. From Phantom's Revenge to smaller rides in Kiddieland, this is an insane park with an insane lineup for the size that they have. In the middle of the list, we have Carowinds in the middle of North and South Carolina. This park has a great collection of roller coasters like Fury 325, an incredible Giga Coaster, Intimidator, a good hyper coaster, all by B&M, Afterburn, a B&M Invert, and Copperhead Strike, a ride I haven't gotten to ride yet, but I've heard incredible things about, and it might go up on the list if I like it that much. At the number 5 spot, we have a very controversial pick that's going to cost a lot of comments. It is Kings Island. That is right. In the middle of my list is Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. And there are a lot of things about this park that I like and dislike, but let me just get through the things I love about this park. I love the environment. I love the front entrance in the Main Street area. I love the Eiffel Tower. It's such a beautiful complement to this park, and it has a great list of roller coasters. My favorite at the park personally being Diamondback and Mystic Timbers. I really can't decide out of the two which one is better, but let me just say these two rides are incredible. You also have Orion, their new Giga Coaster, as well as Banshee, and a bunch of supporting rides like Flight of Fear, Backlot Stunt Coaster, the Bat, and many others. This is an incredible park, but I put it this low just because I feel like the environment isn't as strong as some of the other parks. It definitely feels like your run-of-the-mill Cedar Fair park, just supersized. But anyway, there are a few parks that I do think are worthy of beating Kings Island, and let's get to those right now. At the number 4 spot, we have a park that is a lot smaller in quantity, but is a lot bigger in quality. It is SeaWorld Orlando in Orlando, Florida. I love this park so much, and it gives both an amusement park vibe and a theme park vibe. When it comes to the theming of this park, it is insane. It does not feel like your traditional theme. It feels like an incredible seaside theme. Every building you go into, from the stations to the gift shops, are filled with this seaside, Caribbean-themed theming, and I love it. You also have some incredible coasters here, like the big 3 B&Ms, Mako, Manta, and of course Kraken. Mako being the best at the park in my personal opinion. And then you have Icebreaker coming to the park, this insane Premier Rides launching coaster, and I love to see this park grow in the near future. Starting off the top 3, we have King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia near Richmond. Now let me just say, there are a lot of things I love about this park, but the way I like to describe it is a better version of Kings Island. It's like Kings Island with Kentucky Kingdom's top 2. Better theming and better scenery. When I talk about Kentucky Kingdom's top 2, I'm talking about Kings Island not really having an elite top 2, but King's Dominion definitely having a great top 2 that appeals to thrill seekers of all sorts. Basically, you have Intimidator 305, this insane intimate giga coaster that focuses solely on the positive G's, and then you have Twisted Timbers, an RMC hybrid that focuses solely on negative G's. You see where I'm going from? But anyway, if you're not interested in any of those, there is Dominator at the front of the park. For old wooden fans, you have Grizzly, and you have Racer 75, formerly known as Rebel Yell. You have a bunch of other supporting coasters in the park, but those are the big ones. I absolutely love this park, and I cannot wait to go back when they have that 4D free spin in the back of the park. At number 2, we have the one and the only Hersheypark in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I absolutely love this park, and it really hurts that I'm putting it at the number 2 spot as opposed to the number 1 spot. This is such a big gap from the other parks. I love this park so much. It is one of the cleanest parks I've ever been to and has the happiest and most excited staff I have ever seen at a resort. That's not even bringing up its incredible diverse coaster collection. You have 2 hyper coasters with Skyrush and Candemonium that give off different experiences. You have supporting coasters like Fahrenheit, Storm Runner, Great Bear, Lightning Racer, Wildcat, Super Duper Looper, Comet. The list just never ends. And there's so many rides at this park, you will lose track. And if you have one day here, I don't think you could finish the park. But I had 1.5 days here, and I definitely got to ride everything multiple times, so I was satisfied with my experience. But getting to the number 1 spot, this isn't just a park, it is a full-on experience. Of course, I am talking about Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Where do I even start? I want to come out with a full park review on most of these parks, but let's briefly talk about Cedar Point. When you're on Sandusky Bay, you can see all of the roller coasters, these absolutely massive steel giants towering over each other, and you are excited to go. You go across the causeway into the peninsula, and you just see the absolutely beautiful skyline, one of the most beautiful park skylines of all time, and you finally get into the park, and you are surrounded by roller coasters. Never in my life have I been more surrounded by roller coasters than at Cedar Point. This park has the most rides overall in the world, and has a lot of hotels on the peninsula and off of the peninsula. This park also has, of course, some of the most insane coasters on Earth. Steel Vengeance, an insane RMC hybrid. You got Millennium Force, Maverick, Top Thrill Dragster, Gatekeeper, Raptor, Valraven, Magnum, Corkscrew. You have so many other rides, and this park is just a complete collection of roller coasters. You cannot spend one day here. You have to spend multiple if you live farther away and can't make it up here multiple times a year. This park is a full-on resort, a full-on experience, and one of the best places you can go to as a coaster enthusiast. But anyway, that is my list. What do you think about it? What would you change on the list? What parks have you been to? What's your favorite park? And what parks are you going to soon? Let me know in the comments down below. And this is Cedar Flags. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. And I will see you guys later.